Hi guys and welcome back to another video. Now unfortunately there's no Premier League fixtures this coming weekend. Of course it's the FA Cup 5th round. So what we're going to do is just give a little bit of a roundup on how well we got on in week 26, and we'll probably do a few shout outs as well, both in the predictions and in fantasy football. Yes. So without further ado then, Nathan, do you want to start off with Fulham against Manchester United?
Yeah, so for this one I predicted a 3-0 win to Man United. I was absolutely spot on there. It was a 3-0 win.
Yeah, and
absolutely fantastic.
Well done. So you start off with those 3 points. I went for a 3-1 victory to Manchester United. Fulham, I thought they'd score being at home, but they didn't, so I only get the 1 point for that one. Next up, we had Crystal Palace against West Ham. I think Noble scored a penalty, and then Zaha equalised then a little bit later on in the game for the Eagles. I went for a 2-1 victory to Palace in this one, but it ended up as 1-1, so I don't get any points for that one.
And guess what? I predicted 1-1, so I get another 3 points, so I'm up to 6 already there. Yeah, I thought it'd be 1-1. Thought very cagey affair down at the bottom. Couldn't see either team winning really, so put down one. Just thought each team would score. Palace always seemed to score as well, so 1-1. Nice job there. Next up we have Huddersfield Arsenal. Now Huddersfield doomed, losing again. They might even be the record-breaking team. The way they
11 points. How many did Derby get?
13.
13. No, I think they'll pick up a few points, surely.
I can't see it. I can't see them picking up points, to be honest. But anyway, I thought Arsenal were going to win. I thought they were going to do well. Thought it'd be 3-0. I thought they'd destroy them, but Arsenal don't seem to do well away from home anymore. I didn't expect Huddersfield to score, though. That was quite shocking, to be fair.
Yeah, they scored. It was an own goal, though, by Kolasinac.
Yeah. So yeah, for that, I get 1 point from that result. So
yeah,
7.
Absolutely. I went for an Arsenal win as well. I went for 2-0. Of course, Huddersfield getting that, well, Arsenal providing them with that goal. So I only get the 1 point in that fixture. Next up, we've got Liverpool against Bournemouth. This was always going to be a straightforward victory for Liverpool, just by how many, really. I went for 3-0, and it was 3-0 in the end, and the likes of Mane scoring, Wijnaldum and Salah, of course, as well, which, if you've got him in your fantasy football team,
it was brilliant for me anyway.
Yeah, well, I haven't got him on my team. So
oh, you should bring him in, definitely.
I can't afford it.
Of course. 13 million, I believe. Absolute rip-off. But thought this is going to be a straightforward win for Liverpool. Couldn't see Bournemouth scoring at Anfield. I said 3-0. It was 3-0, and now I'm up to, I believe, 10 points from just from 4 fixtures. So that's already fantastic. More than I've ever got this season, really. But moving on, next up we have Southampton Cardiff. What a win for Cardiff City, especially after the circumstances. Absolutely brilliant. Bamba sublime.
Oh,
Peltier was awesome. Didn't think that he could pull that out of the bag, to be honest. And of course, the return of Kenneth Zohore. Brilliant. I said 2-1. It was 2-1. Another 3 points for me. And now I'm up to 13, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Now I'm up to 13.
Yeah, in this match, I thought it was going to be a cagey or a very tight affair. It proved to be that. Now, Cardiff scored first through Bamba. Went into the crowd, I think. Some poor guy, well, I don't think he cared. He had his glasses broken in the sort of the celebrations.
But at least he hugged him harder than Bamba's wife ever did.
Yeah, apparently, so. And what Bamba said on Twitter anyway. But then near the end of the, I think it was in the 91st minute, Southampton scored, and for me, I was going to get the 3 points, but then Kenneth Zohore popped up with his first Premier League goal of the season, went to the crowd, said, "I'm back," and where have you been, kind of, this season? So that was a 2-0 victory, as we said, for Cardiff. I don't get any points for that one. And moving on to the next fixture, which was Watford against Everton. Watford having a very, very good season so far. Everton sort of form really dipping, just, you know, falling off the edge of the cliff at the moment. I went for a 2-1 victory to the Hornets. It proved to be a 1-0 victory to them, so I just get the 1 point.
Yeah, I went exactly the same as you as well. I thought this was going to be a Watford's game. I thought they were going to dominate and Everton score, but Everton didn't score. They're not doing well at the moment. They're just in dire form, to be honest. Marco Silva, whatever his name is.
Yeah, going up against his former club as well.
going up against his former club, he is in trouble.
Yeah, I think the Watford fans enjoyed that victory all the more sweeter against their former manager.
Definitely. I said 2-1 for this one as well. Another point for me, and now I believe I'm up to 14 points.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Well done. Also, to compound Everton's misery in that match, I think they had Zuma was sent off right at the end of the match from like 95th minute. So unlucky Everton. Next up
we have Brighton Burnley. Now I thought this was going to be a very cagey affair, and I couldn't see a side winning. Burnley dipping around the relegation zone at the moment. Brighton,
but in very good form.
Very good form, however, but Brighton need to start picking up form again, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. But Burnley won 3-1. That's the first result I've had incorrect this week because I thought it would be a draw. But Burnley seem to be turning things around at this late stage in the season.
At the moment, yeah, I know they've had a few draws recently. They did get that victory against Brighton, which I thought it was going to be ending a draw. I've gone for 0-0 as well, so I didn't get any points in this one. But Brighton, I think they're only 3 points now above that relegation zone. I know there's a couple of comments in the comment section say that they should be okay, and they have been playing well recently. But that was a game that they needed to win. I know that they've got games against teams around the bottom, around the bottom of the table. I know they've got Cardiff at home.
That's a
they've got to
massive
play
game for us.
Newcastle. I think they've got Southampton as well. Perhaps correct me if I'm wrong. They're Brighton fans again, but so they're teetering. So I wouldn't say they're safe yet, Seagulls fans. So we'll see what happens anyway in the coming weeks. Okay, next up we have Spurs against Leicester, which I think was the first of the Sunday fixtures. I thought this was going to be a very tight affair. I went for 2-1. It ended at 3-1 in the end, so I just get the 1 point. It would have remained 2-1 if Son hadn't have scored that late goal. And of course, I think Vardy missed a penalty.
Vardy
missed
a penalty.
Well.
That's very shocking, actually.
Because I think he came on. I didn't actually see it, but what I read was he came on first touch of the ball, missed a penalty.
Not good, is it?
But then he didn't make amends for himself. He did score, but they lost in the end.
Fair enough.
So just 1 point for me.
Yeah, Son's been absolutely fantastic recently, hasn't he?
Brilliant.
I've just got to touch on that. Brilliant. He's come back from Asia, the Asian Cup, I believe. Tottenham really needed him to come back after their massive injury problems that they got at the moment, and boy did he do him justice. Leicester keep continuing to drop form, I believe, as well. But great win for Tottenham. I went for 2-1. I thought it'd be tight, but like you, I dip out on those 3 points and I get another point, which brings me up to 15 points overall.
Very, very good.
Fantastic. Now, next up, we have the big one, or the biggest talking point of the week. Manchester City versus Chelsea. 6-0.
6-0. It was 6. I lost count.
You always miss that goal, don't you? But anyway, absolutely fantastic. I think I'm going to have to put Aguero in my fantasy football team now. That's his second hat-trick in a row.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I believe Raheem Sterling got 2 goals as well.
Yeah, he got a couple as
That's
well.
correct.
And
Gundogan, yes. I think he picked up a goal in the second half as well. Chelsea just seems to be falling apart. Apparently, Maurizio Sarri has lost his dressing room, I've heard.
I can't. I don't believe that.
I've heard stuff, but something needs to change down there, I think.
Well, they are near the top of the table. It's going to take time. He's a new manager, so just got to give him time. But as you know, this day and age, you don't get a lot of time.
You don't.
At the top end of the Premier League, really. Apart from Klopp, who's had a few seasons now.
Yeah. So for this one, I went for 2-1. Boy, I was wrong. So I only get the 1 point, which takes me up to 16 points.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit tighter than this humiliation, you could say. Yeah. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans are not happy with the scoreline, but stick with your team, Chelsea fans, and I'm sure you'll do. You'll be there or thereabouts for the European spots anyway at the end of the season. I went for 3-1, and of course it was 6-0 in the end. So I just get the 1 point. And the last game of the week was Wolves against Newcastle on Monday evening. Newcastle, excellent in getting. They were 1-0 up until the final moments. 95th minute when Bowley equalised, gave them the 1-1 draw. Wolves. Brilliant. Which was probably deserved, I think. And
I thought Newcastle would have won, though, to be fair, at the late point, and then they've just bottled it, really.
At the end, but I went for a 1-0 victory to Wolves in this one, and it was, of of course, 1-1, so I get 0 points.
Yeah, I got 0 points as well. I thought it'd be 2-1. I thought Newcastle's new signing, Miguel Almiron from Paraguay, on transfer from Atlanta FC for 20 million, or Atlanta United, I should say. Wolves seem to be happy that they didn't lose this game, really, especially the guy who runs the Wolves' Twitter account as well. If you haven't been on Twitter recently, then
yeah, just be careful when you look at them. So overall then, Nathan, you had 16 points and I had 8 points, so you gained back a little on me for the overall scores. You're now on 181 and I am on 196, so 15 points behind now. So congratulations there. Looking in the comments section this week, top scorer down there with 13 points was Shane O'Donnell, and here are his predictions. He had Man United to beat Fulham 3-0, got that perfectly correct. Palace West Ham 1-1, perfectly correct again. Huddersfield Arsenal, he went for a 2-0 victory to the Gunners, just missing out there as it was 2-1. Liverpool versus Bournemouth had that perfectly correct as well. Southampton to beat Cardiff 2-1, that was the other way round. Watford to beat Everton 2-1, it was just a 1-0, so a point there. Brighton to beat Burnley, totally wrong on that one. Tottenham to beat Leicester 2-1, close on that one until Son popped up, of course. Man City 2-1, he just gets the 1 point on that one after Man City's humiliation of Chelsea, of course. And finally had Wolves to beat Newcastle 2-0, so no points on that final fixture. So Shane, excellent overall, you had 13 points, so well done to you. So looking in the Fantasy Football League this week, here are the top 10, and at the top of the league, once again, we've got Flynn Simeone's with his Chicken Tikka Masala team, now on 1,639 points, game week points of 54, and this is his current team as well. So we've got, do you want to just run through his team there, Nathan?
Yeah, he's got Fabianski in goal with, in his defence, he's got Kolasinac, Digne, Laporte and Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's been playing extremely well this season, especially for his age. Then he's got Salah on 16 as his vice-captain, as well as Sterling. Very good partnership, I have him in my team as well. He's also got Richarlison and Aaron Gunnarsson. Good appointment that, I approve. Then Raul Jimenez up front, along with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who didn't play this week, and unfortunately had him captained, which, if only would have captained Salah or Sterling this week.
Yeah, he would have had a lot more points.
Then looking at his bench, he's gone for a bench, very cheap, that don't play at all. He's got Steele, Dejan Lovren, who's out injured. Mind he doesn't do much as it is anyway, injured or not injured. Then Marcus Rashford, who didn't play this week, of course, and Masuaku, I think that's how you pronounce it, from West Ham. So very good team there.
Top scorer in the fantasy football this week, however, was Cooper Shooters, managed by Alex McPherson. Alex had 92 points, which was a terrific score, and now on 1,575 points overall. For us, though, Nathan, we had an okay-ish week, not that great. I'm now on 1,454 points after having a 65 game week total, and I think I captained Aguero, so he saved me again this week. And you, Nathan, you're now up to 53rd position. You're on 1,429 points, and you had a game week pointage of 58. So a little bit of catching up to do there as well. I want to get in that top 10, but you know, time's running out now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that concludes our roundup of week 26. If we can, we're going to try and fit in a predictions video for the 5th round of the FA Cup. That should be out before the first fixture on Friday evening. So turn on your notification bell if you haven't already for that, so you don't miss that video coming up in the next day or two. But for now, have you got anything else to add?
No, I don't. Just subscribe to my channel, link in the description below.
Super. But for now, we'll see you in the next video. See you later.